In this video, I'll be discussing how to manage candidates within TestCentre. By managing candidates, I mean how do you add, edit, or import candidates into TestCentre. So let's get started. To manage candidates, you go to the candidates menu on the left, you click on Manage. On this page, you have the option to add, import, or edit candidates. So let's start with adding candidates. So you can add candidate manually. You can just click add and just enter the candidate detail, and that's it. To create a candidate, you must have a reg number for that candidate, or you can use the default reg number created by the application. The reg number is a very important identity of every candidate. It's unique for every candidate and it cannot be changed after creating a candidate. So it's very important you ascertain the registration number of any candidate before you save or before you add. So once you click on add candidate, you can see that we have a default reg number and you can use that, or you can decide to change to whatever reg number that you want. So let's say the reg number I want to set is 2023 0102. So this could be a valid reg number for an organization. Then another thing you should note about reg number is reg number can't have certain characters. So these are the allowed characters of reg number. You can use A, B, C, that's letters. You can use 1, 2, 3, that's numbers. You can use you can't use underscore, but you can use dash. Then you can also use slash. So these are the valid characters that you can use or add in your reg number. But you can't add any other weird character like art or ash and so on. And you can see that there's an invalid reg number pattern. Another thing you should note is reg number can be less than 4 characters. So you must have characters between 4 and 20. It can be less than 4 and it can exceed 20 characters. So let me use this 2023 0102. Then another information that you must provide is the name, the full name of the candidate. So here I could have something like James Mike, for instance, or I could have something like Mike Tony, whatever you want to use as the name. You should note that reg number is not case sensitive. So even if you type small letter, the software automatically turn it into capital letter. So you don't need to bother about case sensitivity for reg number. But for the name, you need to type it in the right order. But if you type it in the wrong way, it will capitalize the first word of what you've typed. So all you need to provide is the reg number and the name. So what about the email address and phone number? These are optional fields. So optional field in the sense that even if you don't provide them, you can still add the detail. So the email is important in case you want the candidate to receive email results. You want to send results to their email. And you also need the phone number in case you want to send their results to via SMS to the candidate. So let me talk about the class. The class name is any class name you want to associate with that candidate. So the way you should think about class name is this. So for a school, the class name is basically the class where the candidate is. So let's say the candidate happens to be in SS1A, right? So this is the class you're going to provide. So SS1A. If the class name, the class name could also mean the department. So let's say this is to be used by a higher institution, for instance. You can use something like maybe year 1 economics department, something like that. So you can say maybe econs department, right? Maybe year 1, something like this. So this could also be the class name. So you can choose whatever your class name is. The importance of class name is that You can sort result by class name. You can also set a test for an entire class. So that could be very useful if you don't want to set tests for each student manually. You can just take the class and say, I want everybody in this class to take this subject. So class name could be very important if you are using this for an organized institution where you have a group of candidates or students that you can associate a class to. So let's give this SS1A, right? So let's leave the phone number and the email for now. So you click on add, and that's it. You've added your candidate. So you can do that for another candidate. You provide the reg number, you provide the name and the optional fields. So these are you add one after the other. So what about if you want to add in bulk? So you have, let's say, 1,000 candidates or 500 candidates and want to add in bulk. So you can do that via Excel. You can type the candidate detail in Excel, or you can export it from maybe an Excel application and get it exported into Excel and import it into TestCentre admin. So let me show you how the templates. So the first question is, how do you get a template of the Excel or the CSV file? CSV stands for comma separated values. So it's also a kind of Excel application can open it, but it's a different kind of format from Excel. So then we have table. You can also import. So let's take them out one after the other. So let's take the Excel. I'm not going to talk about the CSV. It's the same thing. You can use Excel to open CSV. So I'm going to talk about Excel and table. So how do you get a template for Excel or CSV? You get template from here. So you look at the menu bar of this application. You will see templates. Then under template, you will see candidate. The other candidate, you will see Excel. Once you click that, you can download or let's say export the template to any folder of your choice. And once you've done that, that's all. You have the template. So you don't need to download the template from any source. You can get it right from the admin application. So I'm going to open the candidate template, Excel template. So here you have the template. So the first column is reg number followed by name, email, phone, class name, and photo. So that's it. It's that simple. So reg number, you provide the reg number. It could be anything that satisfies the standard of the reg number. The name, you provide a full name. The email is optional as usual. The phone number is optional. The class name is optional. And the photo is optional. Just the reg number and name. These two fields are compulsory. The rest are optional. So here's an example. So James, Henry, Clara, Grace, and so on. And they're in the following classes. Now, there's something to note about photo. If you want to import the photo of the candidate via Excel, you need to ensure that that photo is in the same folder where you have this Excel template. So let me show you where the photo is. So here's the folder containing the two photos. So here we have the male.png, female.png. And you can see that the Excel template, the candidate Excel template is in the same folder as the images. Once that is the case, the application is fine. It will automatically complete the full part of the image. So just provide the image name in the Excel and just make sure the template is in the same folder where you have all the images. So now let's import this template into TestCentre. What we're going to do is to click import, then we select from Excel file. Once you select from Excel file, you browse to where the Excel template is. So this is the template that I just showed you. Then you click open, you select it and you click open. And once you do that, it will automatically add the two candidates that I have in the Excel, and that's it. It's that straightforward and simple. So you can do the same rule applies to when you import from CSV, the same rule, but let's talk about how you can import from table. The table comes in handy when you want to import from a table that is right in this application. So it looks like Excel option, but the difference now is you don't need any external file or template. You just type the name and details right here. But the only disadvantage of this option is you can't import photo using this option. Let's say I want to import the following. So let's say the reg number is dollar. Then let's say the name is dollar glory, for instance. Then let me leave out the phone number and the likes. But let me set the class to be SS1A. Then let's say this other one is Shola. And let's say the name is Shola Adamu. Then let's say the class name is SS1B. Then you can see that immediately you try typing on the last row, it automatically creates another row. So let's say here I have Jane, and let's say the name is Jane Chinwe. Then let's say the class is SS1B, right? So you can see that we have a new row. So you can just keep typing on and on until you get to wherever you want to stop. So once you are done with that, you just click proceed and you have the new candidate added. So that's how you import candidates from external sources and from table. So there's another thing you can do here. So what else can we do here? We can edit. So how do we go about editing? You can just take any candidate, just click on this downward arrow and just click edit. And you can just change anything you want to change. So let's say I want to change it to Dolapo, for instance. Dolapo Glory. And I want to save it. That's it. The name is going to change to Dolapo Glory. And that's it. So which other thing can you do? You can take any candidate as well and send an SMS to them. This menu is not functioning at the moment. It's biometric, but test is functioning. But I'm not going to talk about that in this video. We'll talk about that in another video. You can also edit by clicking this edit button and just type in the reg number. So let's say I want to edit a candidate whose reg number is James. Then I click proceed and here we go. So you can't change reg number as I said earlier, but you can change every other thing. I can decide to change the photo, I can change the name and any other thing that I wish to change. So you click on save. So let me change this to SS1A. Okay, so that's it. So I've changed this to SS1A. So what other thing can we do here? You can also change in group. So let's say you have the same Excel template. So let's say you have this Excel template and you decided to change, let's say, the class. So let's say you want to promote all these candidates to another class. So let's say I want to promote Clara to, I want to change Clara to SS1, SS2C. And I want to change James to SS2A, for instance. I can do that. Just change whatever I want to change, save it, don't tamper with the reg number. And what will happen is once you import this, instead of creating new candidates, since the reg number already exists, it will just update the record of the existing candidate. So let's take a look. So once you click, from Excel and you select candidate. So what you're going to get is an updated version of James. So we changed the class name to SS2A, and updated version of Clara. We changed our class to SS2C. As long as you don't change reg number, it will update the existing one. But the moment you have a new reg number, it will create a new one. So that's how you edit. So what other thing can we do? We can sort, we can filter, we can sort using this menu here. So you click this downward arrow, then you have this option. So you can show all candidates, or you can filter by reg number. So let's say you want to see just a few reg numbers. You just want to see, let's say, James and Clara. You just type James, Clara, and it's going to filter the candidate by that. Let's say you want to just show everybody again, just click this and it will show everybody. And let's say you want to show candidate by class or by candidate name. So let's say you have a lot of candidates and just want to search. So you can just type maybe Shola. As you keep typing, it's going to suggest based on what's it's in the database. Or let's say Chinwe, for instance. You have J, Chinwe. So you have this. And once you filter by that, it gives you just that. Then you can filter by class. So let's say I want to see everybody in SS1A, just SS1A. I'm going to filter by that, and I have this. Then let's say I want to see everybody based on the date. So I want to see everybody I registered today, and this is it. Let's say I want to see everybody I registered yesterday. Just this. This is the only candidate I registered yesterday, and so on and so forth. Then you can select last 30 days and you can select a particular date range. If you want to pick a particular range, you can do all of that. So that's how you filter in using various options. So the other thing you can do here is you can export candidates to Excel or other formats. So you can say you want to export the candidate record to Excel or CSV for whatever reason. Then you can also export to table. So let's say you want to see, and so let's say you want to see candidate detail in tabular form. So you're going to see them this way. Note that whatever detail you are seeing are the details that are currently displayed. So if you filter by whatever metric, those candidates you filtered will be what you'll see here. So that's it. You can view candidate detail as table or you can export to any file format of your choice. Then another thing you can do is you can send SMS. So let's say for whatever reason you want to send some SMS to this candidate, you can do that. But I'm going to talk about SMS later on. So that's how you go about managing candidates on TestCentre.